Welcome once again to Octane Mobile Gaming with yours truly, iOctane. So I'm looking at the main support card, ultimate form. In a way, it is the support card anyway. So the ultimate form, or the ultimate support card, creates 4 dark power gem 5s plus 1 more per 150 chaotic killer intensity, and an additional 4 the next turn, the next time this era attacks. Charge rate is 9, cooldown is 2, so it has a good thing about it. It's got a 2-turn cooldown. Passive: when beginning a turn with 10 or more dark gems on the board, increase self attack by 100% and reduce damage taken by 10% for the rest of the turn. This boost is what can I say about this boost? Boost is necessary in the current meta, but a card that boosts itself isn't really a good utility card, because if you add this card to another deck, it's not gonna really aid the deck in any way, shape or form. It doesn't really produce a lot of power gems. It produces 4 initially and 1 for every 150 chaotic killer intensity, which will take quite a lot of intensity to actually fill the board. So personally for me, this ultimate form is not really powerful. It's not really useful going forward. It's one that you can do without unless you haven't got the killer skill. If you haven't got a dark chaotic killer ultimate form, I think the only one we have prior to this one is Spirit United. Now Spirit United was available in the Lightning deals. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was in the last fire event or light event. Can't remember exactly which one when we had the Lightning deals. You had Spirits United and you had the Nicole deck as well was available. So those 2 decks were available in the Lightning deal. Hopefully you got Spirits United, because as you can see, Spirits United is one that you can use if you're not able to craft this one, or you weren't lucky enough to get it on the first 4 tier of the vault. However, from my personal perspective, I don't really like this ultimate form. Apart from giving you the 900% damage, going forward it doesn't really do much. So for me it's quite weak, because it doesn't boost any other card apart from itself, and it doesn't produce quite as much power gem 5s as I would like. And the intensity requirement, as I said, 150 is the limit. 150 is still too high. I believe 150 is too high. Anyway, especially in a Slayer event, you're gonna have to use other cards to actually boost this deck, and we all know the deck that we have to use to boost this deck. It's the same deck that we've been using week in, week out for the last 2 to 3 months. Glorious Golem. So basically every other deck is just a support deck for Glorious Golem. Glorious Golem it's a brilliant deck. I know it won't deal a lot of damage in this event because it's a commander card, but it's the card that you're going to use with freedom fighters to deal a lot of damage. All you're gonna do if you get this ultimate form is use the ultimate form to get 900% damage bonus to power up your freedom fighter, and you're gonna use your Glorious Golem to basically boost your freedom fighters. All this card is a support card to that particular deck, so it's a bit pointless. Create 4 dark power gem. So this is a master collection card. Create 4 dark power gem 4s plus 1 additional for every 150 chaotic killer intensity. Now I don't know if anybody have noticed it, but we've got power gem 5s on the ultimate form, power gem 5s on the ultra rare, only on the Master Collection card you've got Power Gem 4s. There's a reason for that. The reason for that is if you do manage to get the Ultra Rare and the Master Collection card before you get to tier 4, you can craft the Ultimate Form. You can then get an additional Master Collection card if you've got all the requirements, all the 3 historical cards. You've got the main hero and basically the Ultra Rare and the Master Collection cards. You end up with 2 Master Collection cards. It's easier to get Master Collection cards than it is to get an Ultra Rare, and that's the reason why they don't put it on the Master Collection card, because you can end up with like 3 Master Collection card. If you were lucky enough to get a Master Collection card in tier 1 or Ultra Rare on tier 3, you've got your Ultimate Form, you do get your shiny Master Collection card from the collection. You can choose to go up to tier 6 and get an additional Master Collection card, so you've got 3 Master Collection card. Now having 3 Master Collection card that's going to spawn you Power Gem 5s is going to be quite powerful. Then you're good. So don't put it on the Master Collection card. Put it on the Ultra Rare, which is far more difficult to get 1 Ultra Rare. You have to spend quite a lot of money to get like 2 or 3 Ultra Rares. So chasing after a card that's going to spawn you Power Gem 5s is going to be quite expensive because it's the Ultra Rare. The Ultimate Form, you can only get 1 copy of the Ultimate Form anyway. So the only card that you can get more of is your Ultra Rare to spawn your Power Gem 5s. So if you don't put it on the Master Collection card, you only can spawn Power Gem 4s. So that's the trick behind not putting Power Gem 5s on the Master Collection card at the moment. They'll probably put it later, but they're not putting it on the Master Collection card just yet. Now this is the Ultra Rare. Now your Ultra Rare will create 4 Dark Power Gem 4s both now and for the next turn, the next time this era attacks. The good thing about this deck, it's got a 2-turn cooldown. The Ultra Rare boosts itself, so on turn when you crush gems, this era attacks will with 100% increase to its attack. So this card as well only boosts itself. It creates 4 Power Gem 5s, which is okay, but it doesn't increase the number of Power Gem 5 that it actually creates. Only the Master Collection card increases its number of Power Gem 4s that it creates. So let's look at the support card. Now the support card heals for 6000% of your recovery, and it creates 5 Dark Gem whenever this hero attacks. So it heals and it spawns Dark Gem, which is your Garden Variety support card, which is okay. We don't expect much more from a support card. We can ask for it, but we won't get it. So let's look at your main card. So your main card will create 3 Dark Power Gem 2s, and it will increase its attack, its self-attack, by 100%. So it increases its own attack by 100%. So because it can increase its attack, they've only given it the ability to spawn 3 Dark Power Gem 2s, making it relatively weak. Let's face it, not a lot of us use the main card or the support card. There's a lot of times we don't even use the Master Collection card or the Ultra Rare. The only card from the deck that we actually use is the Ultimate Form. And the only reason why most of us use the Ultimate Form is to get the killer boost. That's the only reason why we use Master Collection, the Ultra Rare. No, Ultimate Form, sorry. I'm kind of a bit fed up of what's happening. I mean, I've been at this place many times before. The beginning of the year, twice last year, the year before. So every year we go through periods where network starts to do all kind of stupidness and spoil the game. I keep saying it that network need us to actually play the game. we don't really need network. We can always play another game. But network needs the legendary Game of Hero community to actually play their game. But the thing is, we as the community tend to allow them to get away with murder. And that's the reason why the game end up being in the situation that it's in currently. They just change things all willy-nilly and just spoil the game. Because Prestige 6, we didn't need that. Increasing HP, we didn't need that. Gem Crush, okay, Gem Crush is alright. Gem Crush was broken. Yeah, they said they fixed Gem Crush, or I've heard that they fixed Gem Crush. We'll see tomorrow if it's actually fixed. Now, event boss update, they're going to increase the time that the bosses stay on this stick around. No longer 20 minutes, it's been 30 minutes. They've reduced the HP of the Carillion bosses, and along with reducing the HP, they've actually reduced the amount of trophies that these bosses actually give out. Now, another update, rather than fix all the problems that we've got with the game, what they've done, because shields no longer had any place in the game, because the shields originally were there to stop you from dealing a lot of damage. So if you didn't break all your shields, you didn't produce a full board of power gem, so you couldn't deal as much damage. With Gem Crush, that went through the window. So what they've done, they've made it that it's not about the shield stopping you from fully filling the board with power gems, because even if you fill the board with power gems, the shields work for you. Now they've made it that the shields actually start working against you again, so you have to break all the shields. And I think that's really, really counterproductive. So what do I say about this deck? Personally, I got a copy of the Master Collection card in my pool, as you can see, but I haven't crafted the Ultra Rare. And the reason why I haven't crafted the Ultra Rare is because I really don't like the deck. And that's the reason why I haven't crafted Ultra Rare. I've actually, as you can see, I've actually got 53 season coin, and normally by now I would have crafted the Ultra Rare and crafted the Ultimate Form, but I haven't. And I refuse to craft it because I don't really like the deck. I don't think it's a very good deck. I think it's an okay deck. It's okay for the event, but going forward, it's not very useful. I'm not going to invest even my season coins in a deck that I really and truly don't like. And I don't like this deck. What I'm planning to do tomorrow, this is the deck that I'm planning to run. I did manage to get a copy of Spirits United in the Lightning Deal. And I've got my Glorious Golem. I've got my Freedom Fighter. I've got Regal Revolutionaire. I can swap that out for another card. Probably I'll get Unit Area and replace that one to give me an extra boost. And I've got my Performance Unit Area, and that's the deck I'm planning to run. Now when it comes to the shields, I'll probably put a few Chaotic Killer Relic in there just to break the shields, because I've got a few. Probably put 2 and leave it at that. Probably won't put any more than 2, just to break 2 or 3 of the shields. And this is that I'm really and truly gonna run tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll do possible deck combo, because what we can do is just play around with cards for the Glorious Golem, but you have to use Spirits United if you haven't got the current Ultimate Form, just to get the killer bonus. You have to use Glorious Golem. You have to use High Performance Unit Area. You don't have to use this one, but you have to. So three of the 5 cards that I currently have on the deck it has to be basically the foundation of the deck. High performance unit area has to be there, no doubt about it. Can't remove that one. This one can be removed. This one has to be there. It's gonna be my main damage dealer. This one has to be there. It's the card that's gonna spawn me quite a lot of power gems. This one can be replaced by the current ultimate form, but if you haven't got ultimate form, this one has to be there. So realistically, this is the only card that I can actually remove from the deck and replace with another card. So you haven't really got much choice, really. And that's what we've come down to. We've come down to 3 or 4 decks in the game. Every event, those are the decks you're gonna see. Last event, Glorious Golems. The deck before, Glorious Golems. The season before, twice, Glorious Golems. It's always the same set of deck over and over and over again. Glorious Golems, Glorious Golems, Glorious Golems, because we haven't really got any more choice. They don't want to give us a lot more boosts, because if they create any other decks within the game that's got the boosts like High Performance Uria, Circuit Break Hilaria, cards like that, then they feel, ooh, you're gonna have too much of a variety that you can use, rather than purchase the current deck, because it's all about purchasing the current deck. Week in, week out, you must purchase the deck. You have to purchase the deck. That's what this game is focused on. It's focused on you purchasing the current deck. It's not about playing and enjoying. It's just about purchasing, 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 purchasing. So it's as if they've created certain boundaries which you basically can't escape purchasing the current deck. And free-to-play players are actually struggling. Even pay-to-play players are struggling, because the game is in a situation now where they're not giving us much more decks that are usable going forward. As you can see, it's the decks from the first 3 months of the year we're constantly using, and just adding the ultimate form or 2 cards from the current decks to actually create a deck. Because last week, most people, not really me because I didn't really get the ultimate form, most people were using the ultimate form, Master Collection card, Ultra Rare, and the Glorious Golems along with High Performance Area. That's what they were using. The event before, Glorious Golems, High Performance Area. This week, Glorious Golems, High Performance Area. Probably next week it's the same thing, but only thing next week it's a Earth event, so we're gonna see, more than likely we're gonna see the Jailers along with Hardborn Gorillas. I know I should be a bit more upbeat because a new deck is out, but I'm not really feeling it. Didn't enjoy the last event, didn't enjoy the event before, and I didn't enjoy the event before that. So for the last, since Gem Crush came out, I enjoy the Earth event, where I actually was able to do something. After that event, everything just went down the drain. The event after that was a light commander event, didn't enjoy that one. Then after that was the fire event, didn't enjoy that one. Water event, didn't enjoy that one, didn't even play much of it. Start playing other games. So eventually I probably stopped playing Legendary Game of Era, because it's getting to that place where I'm just absolutely fed up. It's a lovely game, I like the game, but I think there's a misunderstanding or a mindset that people are always going to play this game. We're not always going to play this game. because somehow, somewhere, somebody's gonna come up with a game that take away all the interest that people have got in Legendary Game of Era. So Network have got to be careful. They've had it good for the last 3 years, and a lot of people are leaving the game, so they have to be really, really careful. So enough of that. My recommendation, if you want to get the deck, you can get the deck. My personal feelings about the whole situation is, I don't like the deck. I wouldn't invest anything in the deck. It's not a good utility deck. It'll be okay for the event if you've got the Glorious Golem, but apart from that, it's just gonna be another deck that you purchase to basically just store in your inventory, and that's it. Probably won't be able to use it ever again, like a lot of the decks that they've brought out over the years. So that's it. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do our, I wouldn't even call it possible deck combo, because there isn't a lot of possibility. Tomorrow I'll just do a video showcasing the deck that I've put together and other cards that you can actually add into the deck and see what they do. I'll play through a few of the bosses and see where we go from there. So until tomorrow on the next video, peace, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.